The Roman philosopher Seneca wrote, "Only the tested soul becomes strong." Now, Mr. Dave Baroka is obviously a classicist and the easiest teacher at prep. He likes this quote an awful lot. So thanks for sharing that. Now, of course, Seneca didn't know about St. Peter's Prep. He didn't know about Jersey City or Jesuit education. But I think his words from 2,000 years ago have something to teach us. Academic tests are important at prep. No one's ever going to argue that. But I'm not talking about those tests today. This Thanksgiving season, I've been thinking about other types of tests. The tests that shape our hearts. The ones that happen at prep and outside of prep. And I'm thinking about life tests. These are the ones you can't study for. You can't ask for extra time. You can't ask for extra credit. You can't ask to retake them. Now, life is filled with many tests. But there's been 3 that have been on my mind, and I want to share them with you. It's the test of your effort, the test of your vision, and the test of your character. And today I am grateful for all 3. The test of your effort. Let's call it the gift of being tired. Now, one test we all face is the test of effort. And I understand that leading up to Thanksgiving, a lot of us are tired. Teachers, coaches, admin, staff, students alike. And not just like surface tired, I mean the deeper kind of tired. The tired that comes from pouring yourself into something that matters. My prep brothers, I know sometimes you feel that. Long days, late nights, studying, worrying about college, rehearsals, practices, clubs, jobs, expectations from your mom or your dad, expectations from yourself. That stretch, that pressure, the thing that makes you ask, what do I have left in the tank? That kind of feeling is real. But you only get tired like that when something mattered enough to give of yourself fully. Everything you got. What most folks don't say, this kind of tired is a privilege. It means you're experiencing, living the very things that you once hoped for. That AP class you got into, the prep team that you wanted to be on, the school you wanted to attend, even though it's far from home. You wanted, I hope, to do the work that means something. And that's why this sense of being tired is a gift for all of us. Because the real test isn't whether you get tired, right? Everyone gets tired. The real test is what that exhaustion reveals. Whether you're giving yourself to something you believe is truly worthy, something aligned with your why, with your purpose. Effort reveals the truth, my brothers. Effort reveals the truth. Thank you for your patience. Effort reveals the truth. What you're willing to carry tells the world what you are willing to become. What you're willing to carry tells the world what you are willing to become. What are you willing to carry? Test number 2, the test of vision. Or said better, gratitude as a way of seeing the world. In one sense, gratitude is a feeling and you say thank you, thanks so much, thanks so much. But more importantly, it is a way of seeing. And that is profoundly Jesuit. That's us. St. Ignatius teaches us to look at our lives and ask, where is God in this? Where is grace hiding in the tired days and sleepless nights? What blessing am I walking past because I'm not paying attention? What prayer has already been answered, but I've never noticed? This is the test of vision. Learning to see the world through gratitude instead of complaint, possibility instead of limitation. Seeing the world not through the question, what if, but even if. The test of vision is the test of noticing what God is doing before you rush automatically to what is missing in your life. Will you see the world through the lens of gratitude and grace? And this doesn't make you soft or weak or naive. Gratitude makes you stronger because it refuses to let your wounds, your disappointments, your losses, or your ego have the final word on who you are. It teaches you to stand in the full truth of your life. You might be asking, who's paying the bills here? It teaches you to stand. How about this? Can you hear me? Yeah. Can I give a shot? Okay. So gratitude teaches you to stand in the full truth of your life with a sense of confidence and pride, even though you are not perfect. Gratitude keeps your heart open, and an open heart, my brothers, is always more vulnerable, but it's more alive and it's more loving. Now, the third and final test, at least for today, the test of your character. And in this case, it's your response to being a part of this brotherhood. This is one test life will keep handing you long after high school. The test of character. I read something recently. A real friend, he's the guy who stands over you. When you were in so much pain that you were on the ground, you hit rock bottom, and you were hurting more than you've ever hurt before, and he looks you in the eye, and he offers you his hand, and he says, I got you. Stand up. Stop being an army of one. That's the test. When someone is struggling, when someone is unsteady, will you stand with them? Will you carry them? Will you let them carry you when you are down? And I'm grateful that I learned about that test here when I was a kid, right in this very room, maybe in these exact chairs. Maybe that's why they break sometimes. But we've been doing this for a long time, 153 years, building men. We've never not said that phrase. It's building men. Men who carry each other, men who show up, men who say, I got you. That is the brotherhood. That is character. That is the test. Will you be there when your brother needs you? And I'm not necessarily talking about your 4 years here, although it's important that you do that and you learn how to do that. I mean when you were 25 and 40 and 55. Will you be there for the people who need you? Will you remember to show up? That is the true definition of prep for life. And it's a pretty important test you want to pass with flying colors when you are called upon to do that. So 3 tests. The challenge, your effort, your vision, and your character. And we're taking these tests in a world right now, outside of here, outside of Brandon Warren, in a world that is really loud. It's really loud. It's hard to hear. There's so much information. The volume is turned up. Life feels uncertain. It's quick to divide and slow to forgive. Where ego gets rewarded more than empathy, where power gets confused with purpose. But that's exactly why these tests matter. What am I investing my effort in and why? Will I see the world with gratitude and grace? And will I be there for my brother? These are the tests the world will give you. The ones you can't reschedule, you can't cram for them, and you can never, ever avoid. And this is why St. Peter's Prep matters. So this Thanksgiving, as this kid from Bayonne, who once sat where you sat, who taught here, coached here, served on the board here, and now has been in this position for 7 years, I can say this without hesitation. Doing this with you and for you is the greatest privilege of my life. And this Thanksgiving, I am grateful for St. Peter's Prep. I'm grateful for the mission. I'm grateful for the brotherhood alive and well. I'm grateful for our teachers and coaches and staff. I'm grateful for the men that you are becoming. And I'm grateful for the work and the tests that strengthen our minds and our hearts and our characters every day. I hope you join me in being grateful for the greatest school on the planet. I love you. Let's go, Prep!